Interesting week we had in the NBA this week. I'm gonna say that nonetheless. An interesting week. Talk about some sports, man. First game we gonna get into. Of course, we had to start the NBA season off with some drama. It wouldn't be the NBA season if we didn't start the season off with some drama. With OKC getting a ring in front of none other than Kevin Durant, the man that took him to the finals but couldn't get him over the hump. Couldn't get him over the hump. But he took him there. Gotta give Durant that. Man, OKC was over Kevin Durant like a fat guy in a little coat, to say nonetheless. I mean, they was on Kevin Durant back like a jacket. Yes, they were. They didn't want Kevin Durant to score none whatsoever. Lou Dort it seemed like Lou Dort just made that a point that he don't want Kevin Durant to score. Still and yet, the man went 9 for 16. He does what he does. Kevin Durant dropped 23. Şengün, big play. Big play from Şengün. Şengün dropped 39. Amir Thompson, 18, 8 for 17. Reed Shepard is almost a bucket on offense, but turn around, Reed Shepard is also a bucket on defense. Tighten up, Reed Shepard. Learn to play some defense. I think Shea had the most quietest 35 I ever seen in my life. Shea had 35. Shea was getting buckets, quiet buckets. Chet was on fire from the get-go. I'm talking about Chet was ready to play. As soon as the season started, Chet was ready to go. Chet won ring number 2. I see that from Chet. Chet was balling off top. Gotta give it to him. OKC pulled it out though. 125, 124. Then we had the Warriors versus the Lakers. No LeBron. Luka. Balling. Luka dropped 40-something. Still wasn't enough. Steph Curry was doing Steph Curry stuff. Draymond was doing Draymond stuff. And Jimmy Buckets came to play. And the Warriors took the dub. The Warriors took the dub by 10. It was a good game. Then you take it down to Dallas. The Dallas season opener at home. Cooper Flag. He was mid. Wemby came to put on the show. I'm talking, man, Wemby looking crazy out there. Wemby was out there catching lobs. Wemby was out there dunking on folks. Wemby was out there shooting mid-range floaters. I'm talking about you name it and Wemby did it. Wemby dropped 40. Wemby dropped 40 on 21 shots. 15 for 21. It was real efficient. And he was balling. Castle had 22 as well. Yeah, AD had 22. AD tried to help. He had 22. Cooper Flag had 10 points, 4 for 13. Rough NBA start for the boy Cooper Flag, must say. Rough NBA start for the boy Cooper Flag. Over to New York, where the Knicks and the Cavs got the ball. It was a good one. The Knicks had a whole seemed like they tried a new revamp offense, where they actually passed the ball around to the open man. They actually looked good in the game. Well, OG, phenomenal two-way player. Really won the game for him. Bridges started off early, getting a couple buckets. Jalen Brunson was kind of horrible, 5 for 18, but he had 23 points. You know, Cat with 19. Spidey, he had 31. He had to shoot 25 shots to get it, but he had 31. It was a good game, man. Evan Mobley was balling. Lonzo Ball, the return of Lonzo Ball had 6 assists, 4 rebounds, and a 3. Good to see Lonzo out there playing again, must say that. And we had the Brooklyn and Charlotte. It was a better game than I thought it would be, I must say. Definitely a better game than I thought it would be. Michael Porter Jr., very mid game. He had 12. It was very mid. Claxton was the leading scorer for the Nets. Claxton, somebody get him up out of Brooklyn, please. Somebody get Claxton out of Brooklyn, please, please. Hornets, the Hornets was balling. Brandon Miller had 25. Miles Bridges had 18. LaMelo Ball had 20. Yeah, the Hornets was rolling. The Hornets won their fifth straight season opener. Can they keep the momentum going? Team look good, but probably not. And we move on to Orlando versus the Miami Heat. Orlando looked like the most exciting team to watch in the NBA right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. Orlando looked like the most exciting team in the NBA right now. They look fresh. They look fun. They look like they happy to play with each other, and that's a good sign. Boys was balling. They was rolling on all cylinders. Paolo had 24. Franz had 24. Bang had 23. Jalen Suggs was phenomenal with 14 points, 6 for 7, shooting at a high clip. A lot of defense from him. He gave him a lot of spark on the defensive end. Wiggins hit a big three in the fourth quarter. Big three in the fourth quarter from Wiggins, man. Wiggins was out there balling. And Norman Powell, he's a hooper. Let's say that. Pistons might need him. Pistons might need to put something together to get Norman Powell over there. Norman Powell sometimes looks like a man amongst children for some odd reason. I don't know why. It was an exciting game. Orlando Magic came home with the win. And Orlando is going to be exciting to watch this season. Like I said, they look hungry. They look like they have fun playing with each other. It's gonna be amazing to watch them this year. Then we go to Atlanta, where Atlanta sometimes looked like they didn't know what was going on. It was very evident. At some points, it looked like the pick and pop from the Iceman to Porzingis was gonna be something special. It looked like it was gonna be something beautiful from Trey to Porzingis, and then the next minute it just didn't. It just didn't. Atlanta role players played real good. Atlanta got some good role players, even though one of them is a first-round draft pick. I'm sorry, a number one pick, or was he the number two? Yeah, he was a number one pick. But yeah, Atlanta got to tighten up. They look like they missed practice all summer, basically. R.J. Barrett had 25. Scotty Barnes had 22. Toronto don't look exciting at all. They don't look exciting. Toronto don't look like nothing special. Not really worried about them in the East. Then we head over to Boston, where Philly and VJ Edgecombe came to play. I want to say Tyrese Maxey gave the 76ers everything he had. Tyrese Maxey left everything out on the court. I mean, everything whatsoever. Tyrese Maxey left it out on the court. Maxey put up 40 on 24 shots. That's big. 40 on 24 shots. VJ Edgecombe put up 34 points in his NBA debut off of 26 shots. 13 for 26. It's not bad at all for a rookie, especially to drop 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal to go with it. VJ Edgecombe is going to be exciting to watch. That's definitely, I've been saying it all summer. I watched the kid all summer. His confidence was crazy. His athleticism was crazy. And he might be one of the fastest kids in the NBA. I'm going to just say that. Joel Embiid, 4 points on 9 shot attempts. What is going on, Embiid? Like, Embiid, come on, baby. Come on, baby. Embiid. Come on. Embiid, you want to hoop? You want to hoop, Embiid? Or not? I don't know. But the process is over. Let's just be honest. The process is over. The process is VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey taking over the team. That's the process at this point, because the process is over, finished, and done with. Then we're going to head to Chicago, where the Pistons had a late start. A very late start. Looked like the Pistons, had needed a little bit more practice together. Late start. First quarter, I only put up 19 points. Chicago had 35 in the first quarter, but the Pistons mounted a serious comeback after that. A serious comeback, especially in the fourth, outscoring Chicago 32-21 in the fourth quarter, but the Pistons just couldn't hold on. Lost by 4 points. Tobias Harris, bomb, terrible, trash. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Tobias Harris, what do you be doing, my boy? Duncan Robinson, 2 points, 1 for 7. Get him out of here. Oh my God. Jaden Duren, nice 15 points. You got to be able to do something other than catch lives, man. Come on. Cade, terrible game, really. 8 for 24 for 23 points, but he did his thing. Lazar Thompson, you got to shoot more than 8 shots. You got to shoot more than 8 shots. Point blank, period. Stu, 20 points. Big game for him. Holland, 19. Holland going to be amazing this year. He's going to be amazing. Holland can hit the 3. And you know what he do under the rim. He going to bang on you. Mataz Bazinides from Chicago. That boy is an animal. I'm talking. Somebody tell him he white. Somebody tell him he not black. So please, at least when he playing Detroit, tell him he not black. Because that boy be coming down. Like, I'm talking about coming down. Nikola Vucic had a solid game. Gave them boys 28 points. I don't know how he did it. Probably just because during the, undersized big, but big game for Chicago. Gidley, 19. He trash. Very trash. Then we head on to Memphis, where they played the New Orleans Pelicans. Now these two teams played in a way that probably is unfamiliar to how we used to these teams playing. We had Ja Morant. Of course, Ja Morant want to get to the bucket, but instead of just forcing himself on for dunks, Ja Morant actually came out, shot a lot of mid-ranges, shot threes, got to the rim and shot some layup. Same for Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson put up 27 points on almost all jump hooks. Almost all jump hooks and post hooks. So big shout out to Zion and big shout out to Zion and Ja Morant. Them boys look like they trying to play and they trying to stay healthy and they trying to play a whole season because them boys is playing smart out there. Memphis end up getting a win though, 128-122. Another note from that game, Fears look good. Fears looked like a little hooper. I like Fears. I like what he was doing out there. Fears had a good game. Also, Jalen Wells from Memphis. Remember the name, the boy could hoop. Quiet 14, he was balling. Jalen Wells and Fears, good game. Like to see that out there. Then we're going to head to Milwaukee, where Giannis just came through and put the pound down, pause, on Washington. Milwaukee wins 133-120. Giannis had 37. Couldn't stop him. Couldn't try. Middleton had 23. George had 21. That was pretty much the end of the story for Washington. Yeah, all the role players around Giannis played pretty good this week. We'll see what happens when some people play some defense on him. Miles Turner had a couple plays here and there, but only 11 points. Not really an exciting debut for Miles Turner in my book, but hey, they got the dub. Utah was putting the boot down on the Clippers. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the Clippers was so involved in what's going on and outside of the game that they didn't really come to the game mentally. Kawhi only shot 9 shots for 10 points. Kawhi, get it together, man. Kawhi, you just robbed the Clippers, man. The biggest robbery in sports history, Kawhi. Come on, man. You come out and shoot 9 shots for 10 points. Come on, man. Get it together. Kawhi, trash. James Harden, what can he do with that squad, really? He's stuck. James Harden been playing good, just keeping his head down, chilling the last couple of years. He had 15 on 12 shots. Clippers are trash. Any way you look at it, Clippers was trash. Brook Lopez tried to do a little bit. Really wasn't going. As far as Utah, what's this kid name? Ace Bailey, 2 points. But you said to be there. Keontae George from Utah, big game, man, big game. I can't stress this enough how much Keontae George outplayed James Harden as far as effort and accountability. Yeah, Keontae George had a big game for Utah, and Utah got out of there with the dub. Clippers, trash. Oh my God. Then we go to Portland. Portland took on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards was on fire. Could nobody stop Anthony Edwards? The boy was on fire. He out there pulling pull up threes, pull up mid ranges. He going to the rack. He out there talking shit. Like, can somebody stop Anthony Edwards? Somebody just stop that man. Julius Randle came up with 19. Jay McDaniels gave him 18. Rudy Gobert had a big tip dunk. He had 10. He nothing special, you know what I'm saying? Najee Reed only had 6. Step it up, Najee Reed. As far as Portland, Jermaine Grant was out there dude, dominating. He had 29. He was out there dunking on everybody. He did it with only 14 shots. So that was a big game for him. Actually, Portland looked kind of dangerous. They was in the game. They was in that game. Portland looked kind of dangerous. Don't sleep on Portland at all. Don't sleep on Portland at all. Then we go to Phoenix, where it was a sleeper. DeRozan, 29. Levine, 30. Russell Westbrook, 6 points. Malik Monk had 19. Actually, should have put him on the card. It would have helped me out on the parlay a little bit. I'm sorry, Malik. I underestimated you. Look at me. Dylan Brooks, 22 points. Devin Booker, 31. Grayson Allen had 18. He also has no handle whatsoever. Yeah, Phoenix snuck out with the win, 120 to 116. It was a good game nonetheless.